this. Is there anything you want the fans to know or any last thing you want to say to them before we get to see this series tonight?
This is where the fun begins.
Hold on. Okay.
Hey everyone, Legend Mike 7 here, and I'm back with another video. Hope you guys are having a good rest of your day. Hope everyone can hear me. If you're watching live, thank you for stopping by to Jim Mike 7 Movie News Show. This is what the show we're going to be talking about, all the things going on in the world of movies, not just anything particularly with just Star Wars, Marvel, anything, etc. And this is going to be our Saturday show. We do have another live stream that'll be going on Tuesdays as well with Jay King, and it'll be at 8:30 on Tuesdays. But also we'll have live streams tonight or on Saturday nights at 8:30 as well. So thank you guys for stopping by. Shout out to Wally in the building. Shout out to Wally. And shout out to anyone who's watching the pre-recording. Thank you for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, thank you for subscribing. But if you came to the channel and you're not familiar with anything, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, comment, like, and share. We're covering a bunch of new topics today, and I just want to know your thoughts on what we're covering tonight. And we still got a lot of things to discuss. Shout out to the Gray Pill podcast. Shout out to y'all. We'll be dropping a link down at the end of the show, close to the end of the show, to give your thoughts. You want an opportunity to come up on the panel and give your thoughts on what we covered today. But let's get started around with the big news today. Actually, this week. Now, for those of you guys who have not been aware, there's been a strike that's been going on, a writer's strike. Not just one writer's strike, but also a SAG, Screen Actors Guild strike. And there's going to be a strike that's going to be coming very, very soon, Monday, where the video game industry is about to go on strike. Yes, video games. But yeah, everyone, this shout out to Dangerously Active, present and accounted for. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. But yes. But currently right now, there's been a lot of negotiations and outrage, in terms of actors being paid any residuals, in terms of streaming shows and everything, and also with discussion of AI. Will the writers and studios come to an agreement and establish a new deal? Well, we know they had made a first attempt about a couple of weeks ago, I think around last month, and it didn't go very well. But we've gotten news that that has all been changed, and we're basically about to hopefully get to the end of the writer strike, which is going to be the first of many to start ending their the ruckus of these strikes that have been going on, which has been stopping the film industry, TV shows, and everything like that. So let's get on to it, y'all. But yeah, so let me share my screen right now, right here. All right, hope you guys can see it. And so I'm about to read an article. This is from Deadline, basically saying that as we speak tonight, we're on the Eastern Standard Time, which means that hopefully by Pacific Standard Time, that these negotiations will Hopefully we'll come to an agreement. But this is coming from Deadline and basically saying the WGA and studios and CEOs near a deal to finish line and working on the fine print, right? And with Netflix, Ted Sarandos, Universal's Donna Langley, Disney's Bob Iger, and Warner Brothers Discovery, David Zaslav, participating from afar. Attorneys are now said to be in deep in working on a final language for a 3-year deal. The lack of in-room attendance from the CEOs, Gang of Four, comes after the group has been present in person for the past 3 days, trying to seal the deal. As he says over the past couple of days, California Governor Gavin Newsom made calls today to top negotiators and executives to check in about where things stood and where they're going, as we're told. And if you know that with the actors, the Hollywood industry and in itself, where everything is being collapsed at this point, and the California governor knows that this affects the economy, it affects everything. So in the given area and stuff like that. So but yeah, it said with deliberations starting around 10 a.m. as Ellen Stutzman led the WGA negotiating committee as AMPTP, Carlo Lamborghini on the other side of the table today was always going to be about final details, sources say. To that end, lawyers took center stage for the most part of the translate their employees' deals points in formal language. And here's a comment that basically saying that the intention was always to wrap this up by the weekend, as insiders tell us. That was the desire on both sides of the table. It looks like a tentative agreement could be finalized before the end of the day. Say if the WGA lawyers sign off on what their AMPTP counterparts hand over, therefore not seeping over into the holiday weekend. Apparently, it's a holiday that's coming up. Oh, by the way, happy fall, everyone. The last day of summer just happened. But basically, long story short, with all the negotiations that are happening, it's basically getting to a point where all these conversations are going to come to a halt, where these the WGA, the writer's strike, and basically be setting up a negotiation with these big corporations as Netflix, Disney, Warner Brothers, Discovery, Universal, etc. Right, and this is basically affecting everything. And hopefully, if they come to an agreement, then this leads to the next conversation, which is going to be the actor strike. Once they establish a deal with the writers, and then once they have a deal with the actors, then basically we're all in the clear. All of these shows and movies have been delayed these last few months and stuff like that is going to come to a halt, and then we're going back into production, which basically going to be preparing for a big summer 2024 release of a bunch of different movies that are going to be coming out that were supposed to come out around this fall, but then got delayed. So, but yeah, this is going to be the end of the discussion for that. In terms of for the WGA stuff. And I know there's been a lot of pushback from people saying that they wanted to they think that, hey, some of the films and shows that have been coming out recently have not been good. So therefore, why should I watch this show? Why should I, care what these writers should be getting paid and stuff like that? Because, the content they're producing, is garbage. That's no here or there. What I'm saying is that for the writers, they're not getting any paid in terms of the residuals of their contract based on the fact that the streaming industry is constantly changing. They didn't have a deal like this about 10 years ago, right? Because you usually with network television, there's a set deal of you getting residuals and paid from network television, everything like that, from having, about 25 or 29 episodes now to 6 and 10 episodes with streaming, thanks to Netflix and all the other streaming platforms, right? So, and it's causing a lot of discourse, not only in terms of these companies, but also in terms of the art community and everything. Some writers have not been paid. There's substantial amount off of these highly rated shows, and that we all know. And some of the fans are like, some of them are in solidarity with them, and some aren't. I have people also in this chat. We had a conversation. You saw my previous live stream. People going in about the writers should not be being paid and everything. But you have to understand that this is an industry. It's not show friends, it's show business, right? And with that, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate, and that's what we have with the WGA conversation that they're having with the AMTP. And hopefully, again, probably by tomorrow, we should get confirmation that the writer strike will be over, and then we get back into this setting in motion. Now, even though that the writer strike possibly can come to an end, and I do believe it will be, the actors are the next ones in line because we have AI, we have that conversation that's going out there. But again, in terms of scanning yourself and stuff like that, actors not really been paid for these highly performing movies or shows, and so there's going to be a conversation about that. But that's going to be another difficult thing to set in motion because this was that was basically the straw that broke the camel's back. Was when the actors went on strike, then basically everything was out the window in terms of everyone just being collaborative and joining this mission to actually get what they deserve. And for me personally, I just want this to come to an end. I do believe that actors and writers should be paid, in terms of what they deserve, especially spending long hours producing some of these content that produce millions of dollars for us as customers, right? As the audience, as the end consumer. And we have to understand that constantly when the streaming wars and stuff like that is changing, we all understand that contract in terms of what streaming platforms are now is going to be different in terms of in the future, especially when we get to more advancement in technology. Cable is going out the window. If you look at some numbers, the only thing that's going for cable right now is sports television. That is it. And that's about to go out the window, right? Because, we got Disney. Disney also owns ESPN. Because we're going to have an upcoming raise on prices and streaming platforms. Disney owns ESPN Plus. They own Hulu, all the other things like that. So there's going to be different. Things that when we set in motion if they get this deal situated. But again, I'm just saying that I personally would like all this to be put at rest and stuff like that. But the one thing that is interesting though is that on Monday, that yes, we have the actor strike and yes, we have the writer strike, but we're about to get into a video game strike. That there's going to be a vote to put authorization for the video game industry to go on strike. Now, what does that mean, y'all? Well, that means that voice actors, visual effects artists, and all this stuff like that will be going on strike if they set in motion on Monday to come to a full agreement. And that's probably what's going to happen. Because it goes, you guys don't know, the same thing that goes for some of these actors and writers in the television and movie space, the same thing's going on in the video game industry. Now, for those of you who understand, we do have upcoming Spider-Man 2 that's coming in October 20th, and that will not be affected if this vote goes in at all or anything like that. However, this will basically put a halt on development on future titles that can be coming up very, very soon, especially when you're talking about properties such as like Ubisoft, Square Enix, EA games, WB games, stuff like that. All these games are going to be put on halt if they vote to go on strike and everything. But again, I don't believe the Spider-Man 2 would not be affected whatsoever. And it will not be no way in a the game will still be going in production. You already got pre-sales and everything going on. But in the future, what's going to happen is the fact that this strike is basically going to hopefully get into agreement of voice actors getting paid more on residuals of these games that are coming out. For those of you who don't know, the voice actress that plays the character Bayonetta, I think the previous installment, she said she came out almost less than a year ago saying that she got paid $4,000 in a flat rate for her voicing this main character, which is why she didn't come back for the following game, right? She got paid only $4,000 as a flat rate when the previous game made over $430 million, right? So you can see as her playing a lead character, and she's only getting paid $4,000 for voice acting this popular character in this game when the previous installment only made $430 million, and she got paid $4,000. So yeah, this was I will say this is frustrating, just again as in the industry, because then there's gonna be things where a lot of us fans waiting for these games to come out and then be like, nope, Sony, everyone else, Ubisoft, EA to be like, nope, we're on strike. We can't do anything until they come to an agreement. And yeah, basically. And and I'll probably put up a video at the end and or so to basically talk about this. But yeah, this is what's going on here. The video game industry is about to go on strike starting on Monday. They're gonna be voting, and hopefully if they agree, then basically to come to agreement that the development of current games right now are going to be put on halt until they get this situated. But as I know for a fact, Spider-Man 2, which is be coming out on October 20th, will not be affected at all. The only thing is just in terms of promotion of the game, which they already promoted, the heck out of it in Comic-Con, which I was at this past summer. So, but yeah, everyone, let me know your thoughts on this, about the video game industry about to go on strike. But one thing we do know, again, the WGA is about to end their strike. Hopefully, if they come to agreement, it'll be final print. And then after that, we get the actor strike, and hopefully by the end of the year, and hopefully maybe even by October. But if we pray about this, that people can go back working, doing things, doing what they love to do, producing great content. We can get these movies that we're heavily anticipating for, such as what Marvel movies are, like Deadpool. Dune Part 2 is coming out. Craven got delayed a full year. All the other movies that are coming out, we're able to get to see that, and hopefully we get to see that very, very soon when this strike comes to an end. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below before I get to the next topic. First, I just want to shout out some folks in the chat. Shout out to Marcus in the building. Shout out to Marcus. Shout out to Blazer Hawk Darren. How you doing, man? Thank you for subscribing and coming to the channel and everything. Glad to have you. It was a pleasure, meeting you at Phantomology this platform. And if you haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe to Phantomology on YouTube. Another good content creator. He just reached 500 subscribers. I just want to show him some love and support there. He invited me on this platform this past Wednesday talking about Star Wars. And really enjoyed talking with him, amongst other folks too. So then we got some new folks that came here on this live stream right now. So thank you guys for stopping by. Appreciate it. But yeah, so before I get into the next topic, let's see, 1 second here. 1 second. We're about to go into the next one. So before we get into the next topic, I just want to say that we're going to be going into different topics throughout this show and moving forward. I don't want to just be covering not just like Star Wars content, and once now the strike and stuff will be over, there'll be some things still to talk about, and such as Marvel and other things like that. So I have a new segment of the show, which I'm very excited to introduce y'all. And I call the segment is What's New in the MCU. You like that? Yeah, y'all. So that's the new segment called What's New in the MCU. So for those of you guys don't know, we just got a recent change in release date. So the next Disney Plus show we've got that's coming out is a sequel or a season 2 of one of the first Disney Plus shows that came out from Marvel, and that is Loki. And recently got a trailer that just came out this past week. And Loki, instead of it coming on Fridays, it's going to be coming on Thursdays, and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So and this will be coming in about 2 weeks, y'all. So we got 2 more episodes of Ahsoka, and then that final week of Ahsoka is going to be premiering October. Let me see here. Let me get my calendar. Yes, October 5th. October 5th is going to be the release of Loki season 2. Now, for those of you who haven't known, I'm a fan of Marvel. I'm not happy with what I've been seeing currently, but I have to say that out of all the Disney Plus shows, in my personal opinion, Loki was my favorite one. I think it was one of the best, well made, Disney Plus shows, but also one that had, context and story of this whole multiverse saga that's going out. And this, to me, was the only Disney Plus show, aside from WandaVision and a few others, that I felt they actually had a plan and, what they're trying to develop here. But this, as you can see here, this show is taking place right after where we left off in Loki season 1, and where Sylvie, basically killed the one who remains, Jonathan Majors' character, or a variant of him. And we do got confirmation that Jonathan Majors will be returning as Victor, as a King variant, which is known as Victor Timely. And we see him in a recent trailer. Oh, that's small. Excuse me. There we go. Y'all can see that. But yeah, so, and for those of you who don't know, we're still going on with the current trial of Jonathan Majors at the moment right now. And it's unfortunate that this trial keep getting delayed, and hopefully where they're going to have make a decision whether they're going to recast or not. I hope, again, this case just goes smoothly and stuff like that, and we can just get the ball rolling into making sure that Marvel and the storylines and everything are going to be more cohesive than we've gotten before, because they haven't been. And but yeah, so but to me, I'm really looking forward to season 2. We got some newcomers here. We got damn. I don't know what just happened here. I don't know what just happened here. Sorry, y'all. That was weird. I just got out my own queue. All right, 1 second. All right. There we go. All right, we're back, y'all. Sorry about that. But yeah, so we got Kiyu Kwan that's coming back from he just got an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor and Everything Everywhere All at Once. You see him in what's it right here? Yeah, you see him here in the background here. We also got Owen Wilson coming back as Mobius as well, and which I really enjoyed. Mobius's character as Owen Wilson. I really enjoyed him. And now this also goes into the next topic I'm going to get into a second with Deadpool, because we also got rumors and reports that the TVA is going to be involved in the storyline of Deadpool 3, and that's one of my most anticipated Marvel movies coming out, which at the moment was supposed to come out of May of next year, only about 6 or several months from now, right? And but the TVA is going to be involved in that storyline one form or another. But again, I just hope that season 2 is going to be cohesive and again leave the impact that the first season left for me, and hopefully for you guys as well. Because again, the last few or several Disney Plus shows have not been really consistent, and but this one I felt was the only one that was kind of important. And whether the movies actually try to connect itself into Loki, I felt Loki was one of the best things I felt in terms of the show that gave a little bit of direction where this saga of Marvel was going after Endgame. So, but yeah, and I heard there's some other rumors too, and get some other surprise characters in this season. But again, Loki season 2 is gonna be coming out in October 5th, just in about 2 weeks, y'all. And the timeline is gonna be changed from Friday from 9 p.m. to Thursdays at 8 p.m. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, and we'll give you updates on the show. We'll be reviewing it, giving you recaps and breakdowns of that as well. All right, y'all. Now, the next topic we want to talk about is Deadpool. Now, Deadpool 3, I guess the release date has been pulled from coming out in May of 2024, but hopefully with this writer strike and this actor strike that probably will end in a couple of months, that we'll get back to production. But Ryan Reynolds did release a picture recently of director of him, Hugh Jackman, and I forgot his name. I forgot the director's name, but he basically directed the film The Atom Project. But this is right here. Let me pull this up here. Boom. Yeah, so they recently just revealed a picture of them saying on his Instagram that they're just waiting to go back to production. As you see here, you see Ryan Reynolds with the director of Deadpool 3, and also Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. just waiting, having just a nice picture here. But yeah, I'm really, this is my most anticipated film from Marvel coming out in the next couple of years. But the question is, will Deadpool 3 change the direction of Marvel moving forward? Because this is bringing back Hugh Jackman in his classic, Wolverine outfit. But we also got reports that this is going to be a multiverse movie, and not just any multiverse movie. This is going to bring back all of the Fox characters. At least some of them we know confirmed. Others been rumored and speculated. We're going to get confirmed of Elektra coming back from Daredevil movie. We get possibly we get Storm, because we had Halle Berry, who recent picture of her on her Instagram that she basically have her hair dyed white again, which the only sign of that mean that she might be coming back as Storm, but we'll later find that out. And what she said, hopefully they Thanos snap She-Hulk. Well, no, there's also rumors that we might be getting a season 2 of She-Hulk. I don't know how that's possible, but we'll get to that. But the question is, will Deadpool 3 bring back the cohesiveness of Marvel and also bring that excitement of the MCU that we've been missing for far too long, right? Now, I personally having Deadpool coming back in the MCU, being this wild character, I think it's great. But my only thing is that for him to come back, and also for Hugh Jackman to come back, is that we still have no establishment of where the mutants are in the MCU at all. And we do know that Kamala Khan is confirmed to be, a mutant and everything. But we're hearing all these reports of these characters showing up in Deadpool, and we see. I actually got this fan-made picture right here. I'm gonna show y'all that we see some set photos and leaks of these characters basically interacting with old Fox characters. We see the old 20th century Fox statue in the background. Let me see here, show you. Yeah, you see that? Looks pretty cool. But what we hear that this film is gonna basically be a parody, or basically making fun of all the 20th century Fox movies that came out of Marvel. That means Blade, Blade, Daredevil, the original, both Fantastic Fours, the one with Chris Evans as Human Torch, the one with Michael B. Jordan, and and we were hearing that maybe Ben Affleck might come back as Daredevil. All these other characters are gonna be Professor X, Magneto, and we still have not got confirmation whether these characters are coming back, but the rumors are suggesting it's going to be a multiverse film, and that this film is actually going to lead in to Avengers Secret Wars. And this is one of the films after Avengers Kang Dynasty is going to be coming out, which is like the big next Endgame event of Marvel. Now, again, with the last few installments in Marvel they've been doing, I've not been a fan of. But again, I'm just hopefully we can actually get something that brings the fire back of the MCU that I've been waiting for. We do have one Marvel movie left in this this year, which is going to be the Marvels, and Marvel's going to be coming out in November, which has not been delayed by the actors or writer strike at all. And it's still going to be coming out, but people are expecting it to bomb. For me, I'm only going there for 2 characters, Kamala Khan and Miss Marvel. And not Kamala Khan and Monica Rambeau, and as a Photon. Shout out to Tiana Paris, love her. And Iman Vellani, she's great. But yeah, so you see this picture here. We see Wolverine. Now we have not seen live action picture of Hugh Jackman in his original cowl, but the suit itself is traditional from the comics. Especially from the X-Men animated series, and the only thing we're waiting for just to see him if he's going to wear that his iconic cowl. But to me, I think this is the closest one I've seen. But again, I think that Deadpool 3 is going to be completely unexpected, and I'm all here for it, to make fun of all the previous X-Men movies, the jaded timeline, the bad Fantastic Four movies, all of that. I'm really hoping that that they're going to be basically just having fun with this film, but again, also closing that chapter of those Marvel movies, because now everything's all under one umbrella in terms of the Fantastic Four, X-Men are all now owned under Marvel Studios now. No other, properties aside from Spider-Man, But yeah, a shout out to Marcus. He said, "Are there other characters or projected cameos rumored to be in the Marvels?" No. And now I've heard some leaks basically saying that there's definitely an end credit scene, as always, but might have to do something with the multiverse. But again, I don't know how that's gonna make sense because the logic of the multiverse in Marvel has been inconsistent, which is why Loki, to me, I felt was the one show that actually had some level of consistency. The only problem is that that shows Doctor Strange or movies did not follow that logic, and I was very very frustrated with that. But with the Marvels, other than we have Nick Fury returning back from the disappointing show of Secret Invasion. Yeah, I really did not. I really did not like Secret Invasion at all. I was just very disappointed. But yeah, the Marvels is still gonna be coming out in November, and but we're hearing reports about maybe end credit scene that might involve the multiverse. I do not know. I haven't been really into leaks like that, but again, I hope that the Marvels is good. To me, like I only saw the first Captain Marvel once. I like Brie Larson as an actress. I just cannot stand the character, in my opinion. But I love the two that are right behind her, and I feel this is supposed to be a Captain Marvel sequel. And to me, I hope I don't go into watching this movie and thinking, "Oh, this is Miss Marvel season 2." Right? Um, Even though I actually like Miss Marvel, the show, a lot. I thought this was a great character. I thought they did a good job with her. And again, Monica Rambeau, love the hair, all of it. But yeah, I just really hope that they do something with this because I'm already gonna see people gonna be really frustrated with this film, and I'm just really not excited to watch it. But hey, listen, I'm gonna be objective as possible. I have nothing against Brie Larson in terms of as a person. I know there's been a lot of fandom hate on her character. For me, I just don't like the writing of her character. To me, she really hasn't done anything for me aside from her from Endgame, which I liked. But uh, I really think they did a better job with the two characters behind her than Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers herself. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. Are you guys excited that the Marvels be coming out in November? And also Loki, season 2 is still gonna be coming back on October 5th. Let me know down below. Mark is saying the reality it can be Miss Marvel character, a sequel to Captain Marvel, and a sequel to Photon from our arc on WandaVision. Yes, yes. Now, what the reports from this, what I heard from this film was saying that this film is closing up different arcs from different shows and movies. It's closing up the arc from Secret Invasion, closing up the arc from Miss Marvel season 1, and also from WandaVision. Now, with the character, we know that for Monica Rambeau, WandaVision, which I actually love the show WandaVision, by the way. I thought she was great in it. But we know that her mother, Maria Rambeau, in the first Captain Marvel, she died from cancer. But we did see her again, but alternate version from her of herself as another Captain Marvel in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. But yeah, and I actually liked that scene. That was cool. In Doctor Strange. That was the only with the John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. But aside from that, I really didn't give a crap about it. But yeah, if they closed the arcs in there because she in WandaVision, she seemed like she had a little bit of disdain of Carol Danvers. Maybe the fact that she left and didn't come back for a very long time. But again, I really enjoyed the writing of at least Monica Rambeau and Miss Marvel. But with Captain Marvel, I don't understand what they're gonna do. I really don't. Because anything, I have a whole better storyline for them to do if they want to, i.e., bring in Rogue from the X-Men. Gets her powers in the best way that's how she gets her ability to fly and all that stuff. But again, I don't see any any X-Men characters to appear in this movie whatsoever. I hope I'm surprised and everything like that. But yeah, I don't expect anything from that. But again, in terms of closing out her arc, in terms of the previous shows that she was in, yeah, I think they're gonna close those out. But yeah, and then hopefully Monica Rambeau has a more range from her abilities, that she got from WandaVision. But for Captain Marvel herself, I don't know. I don't know what else you can do with her character to make her interesting for me. I don't know. But yeah. What is it? As a member of the Illuminati. Yes, right. Which I love. Again, that was my favorite part of Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, was the Illuminati scene, and which they just only had that mess for like 5 minutes, and I just didn't, I couldn't stand it. But yeah, that's not so here or there. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on Captain Marvel coming out in November, as we get into the next topic. All right, y'all. The next one we can talk about is Ahsoka. We get the return of Grand Admiral Thrawn. We're just gonna take a little short break, and I'll be right back very, very soon. All right.
I'm Miss Minutes, and it's my job to catch you up, so let's not waste another minute. Settle in, sharpen your pencils, and check this out.
All right, everyone, we are back on the Jedi Mike 7 Movie News Show. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, comment, like, and share. Now we're going to go into the next topic of today, which is we had Ahsoka episode 6 that came out, and we got the return of Grand Admiral Thrawn. For those of you guys who know who Grand Admiral Thrawn is, he was a character on Star Wars Rebels that disappeared with the character Ezra Bridger, the Jedi, and he was like the big bad threat of this show that everyone was afraid of. And now we got the return of him by the same voice actor. And let me just tell you that they did this character justice with his introduction. We got the return of Ezra Bridger with a beard, and we get also some new characters and new aspects of these storylines that make this show very, very interesting. Again, as you see here, we get Night Sisters. We actually get the first, if I remember, the first live action appearance of Night Sisters in Star Wars, the Witches of Dathomir, y'all. How you doing, man? Shout out to you, man. Thank you. The Witches of Dathomir. And we also get some new stormtroopers known as Night Troopers. Now, I have my theory on what these Night Troopers are, and I'll go into that for a second. But I just wanted to say my first thoughts of this show was that this show, after episode 4 and 5, basically really the peak of bringing back my childhood and everything like that, right? I didn't know if they were going to go. Usually with Disney Plus shows, pacing might just go down from here, but this, knowing that this is going to be a transition show in terms of the plot and everything like that, and a transition episode, excuse me. I knew that it was big things were going to happen, but I was surprised. There was a lot of things, even though this episode took like a slower pace. We got return of these characters. There still was a lot to digest. But again, Night Sisters, the Witches of Dathomir, these Night Troopers who are wrapped around in red Night Sister garments. Now, for those of you guys who don't know who the Night Sisters are, they are the witches. Yes, witches of Star Wars, right? From Dathomir, they have this dark magic, and they're in the lore of Star Wars. Go shout out to Star Wars: The Clone Wars. But yeah, dog, this is a closer look at them. They're done very well, look very good. Yeah, and what is it here? And these are basically not coming from some of the descendants of these characters, because we know most of them have been extinct, so they're very, very rare to appear in Star Wars. But I thought they when their introduction on this episode was very, very cool. But I want to talk about give me 1 second as I'm bringing up here the Night Troopers. Now, these witches have very distinct abilities. They can resurrect people from the dead. They can conjure up dark magic and everything. But I want you guys to take a closer look at these night troopers in the back. Right, we know that they're night troopers because they're if you put on the captions on the channel or on the Disney Plus, you can see they're titled night troopers. But you see this character right here, the one in the right hand command. This is a character called Enoch. Now, Enoch is actually coming from a Hebrew word in terms of discipline, well-trained, and loyal. And this is the word that actually comes from Christianity and everything. But just Easter egg for y'all. But these characters, their masks are broken, as you can see. They're very, very look like they're wrapped in these red night sister garments. Now, my theory is the fact is that all these troopers behind them are actually resurrected dead stormtroopers, and I believe that they are dead. So I believe that all these stormtroopers behind Thrawn is dead. But as you see with his right hand man Enoch, he's not really wrapped in the red cloth as the stormtroopers behind him. So I think he's the only one, only living stormtrooper out there, at least in this in this fleet. But again, the ship that he's on is the same ship that was on Star Wars Rebels Season 4, and that's when Ezra was able to take him out and use the Purgle to transport him to this new galaxy. Now, I had some issues with some of the things in this episode, but I really want to talk about one of my favorite characters from this show, and it's a shame that this character passed away. This actor's passed away, Eric Stevens, and that is Baylan Skoll. And the writing on this character has been nothing but fantastic. He's a person who's a survivor from the Jedi Purge, and he has the orange lightsaber again, representing power. He's not a Jedi, he's not a Sith, but what is he? And when you get on this planet, he's knowing that there's something off about this planet, because you see some statues of Night Sisters and everything, right? But again, with this his character, he's saying that, listen, the Jedi has been going up and down in terms of their power. We see the Jedi Purge, we see the rise of the Empire, and this cycle has been happening again and again and again and again. And I agree with him. And obviously, it's foreshadowing, because in the timeline of this, we also get the sequel trilogy, which the First Order rises up, and then Luke Skywalker basically has another purge with his students and everything. Shout out to Just Jay. Thank you for stopping by. But you see that as he's been asked questions by his apprentice Shin Hati, she was asking him, "Do you miss the Jedi Order?" He's like, "I miss the concept of it, but not the weakness, right?" And again, he has other motives aside from just wanting to have power and wanting to, be on the side of Grand Admiral Thrawn and everything. He has his own motives, and he's very multi-dimensional, and which I like, because we need more characters like this, well written in Star Wars, because we have not been getting this in the movies at all. But this entire show, especially with this episode, we're now in a galaxy far, far away. We're not in the same galaxy we've been in for the last 40 years in Star Wars with all these movies. We see new creatures. We're seeing some familiar faces, i.e. the Night Sisters, but also new concepts, but expanding the overarching universe that we all know and that we all love, right? And to me, having this character well written, and really you're not understanding what his motives are, because again, he honored his promise with Sabine Wren, and I'll give you Ezra. I mean, no harm will ever come to you, right? But again, he has his own motives, like what he wants to do. And with this planet, he's saying that there's stories that he was told in the Jedi temple about the power that exists on this planet. Now, what is here? And I don't know. Is it another portal to the world between worlds? We don't know. And what do he mean by he wants to break the wheel? What does that mean? Is he trying to rewrite history? Are we gonna get something, i.e., Star Trek, J.J. Abrams like reboot of this entire Star Wars universe? I don't know. But and I noticed something about Balin Skull, and I think people have been talking about this on Twitter. And I want you guys to take a close look at his armor. Now, if you see around his belt, there's a little blue, green crystal on his chest, and I just started noticing that. And I think that actually is a green kyber crystal of a lightsaber that he used to have in the Jedi Temple when he was younger. So I think he had a green lightsaber, and I think he's literally wearing that on his chest, and at least having that somewhat connection of him as a former Jedi. But if you notice that Thrawn noticed, a mile away, like, listen, I don't trust that dude. Him, he can, die for all I care. I don't care. He's not part of our plan. Our plan is to leave this planet. So what does that mean? Does that mean that if that he's basically turning sides and joining forces with Ahsoka and Sabine Wren and Ezra too? Only time will tell. But again, I just noticed that Easter egg that he has a green kyber crystal in his belt. So I'm thinking that it might be a kyber crystal. It hasn't been confirmed, but I'm looking like, wait, that's green there. It might be his former lightsaber. And now with this episode, there's another thing that happened. We see the return of Ezra Bridger, looking a lot older, but still have the same personality as Ezra Bridger in Star Wars Rebels. Now, this is the part that really got me frustrated in this entire episode. I did not like the interaction that Sabine had with Ezra. Something was off about it to me. For one, after all this time, to me, the emotional elements of it, they should have had it more of her have, I guess, a more emotional reaction of her hugging, Ezra or something like that, crying. I don't know. But to me, it's just like you literally portrayed Ahsoka and try to fight to the ends of earth trying to get Ezra. And now you finally you found Ezra. Hey, man. Like, come on. And then say, how'd you get here? Don't worry about it. Hey, are we leaving? Hey, don't worry about it. Let's help these turtles, these Ninja Turtles, and pack their supplies and go on. Come on. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that wasn't written very well. So why does this armor look like it's from another time period? Well, again, a lot of these characters are based off of old folk tales and legends throughout history. Like, for example, the Jedi are more known for being resembled as samurai. And you see the character of Balin Skull and his apprentice Shinhati. They're giving off vibes of being of knights and like medieval, basically medieval knights and stuff like that. Let me show you right here. There we go. Yeah, they're definitely giving. You see their armor that they give off vibes of like Game of Thrones, but in Star Wars, right? And then you've seen this other characters or the night troopers. They have a very old like type of Roman design. Like, it kind of reminds me of Game of Thrones, to be honest with you. But again, I actually do like. This is a very new look for Star Wars, and I like it. Expand the lore. Don't just and we've gotten Death Troopers, we've gotten Snow Troopers, and all troopers above, but we actually see some creative elements being changed from his mask and stuff. And again, the character Enoch, it comes from the name in Hebrew to be loyal, well trained, and honorable. I really like the design of it. Definitely, I probably see some people cosplaying this, but I really like the design of it. And again, this is in a galaxy far, far away, a new one, and we're going to see different changes of this though. But I really do like the approach they made in terms of design of the night troopers. Though it looked cool to me. But yeah, I didn't. But going back to Sabine and Ezra, I just didn't like the interaction. I felt it wasn't well. It just didn't feel like it, like you paid off in terms of like having emotional response, because we haven't seen this character like in 5 years almost, right? And in this timeline, been more than that. That Sabine have seen Ezra. So I don't know. Maybe I'm nitpicking, but you guys let me know. But yeah, but that other than that, that basically concludes episode 6 of Ahsoka. We know Ahsoka is on her way to that planet, and again, before I end off with this, I thought it was very interesting that that Thrawn is actually getting the aid from the Night Sisters. He's saying, "I need your assistance of your dark magic." What does that mean? What is he? What did he like? What did he using the Night Sisters magic for? I mean, and we never really see that from a Imperial of them going, other than them having either Inquisitors, Vader, or whatever. We never actually see them tapping into dark magic to beat rebels and the Republic, right? So only time will tell with that, but I think that's very interesting. So we're gonna get a lot of crazy stuff coming in next week's episode, right before the finale. But again, I thought the introduction, like the first half, them chanting his name, Thrawn, and his introduction. This is the same voice actor as before. I really do enjoy what they did here. But yeah, guys, Ahsoka episode was it 7? Will be coming out next week on Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, and me and Jay King will basically be doing a prediction show on Monday at 8:30. So make sure you guys hit notification bell and don't miss out on that show. But yeah, that completes in terms of topics I have here for tonight. I just dropped the link down here. Anybody want to come up on the panel, just give their 2 words on their thoughts on the topics we covered. Ahsoka, Deadpool 3, the writer's strike is about to be over. Let me know in the chat down below. But yeah, shout out to Gore in the building. Shout out to Gore. He said, it felt empty, like Ezra was just sitting here waiting to be saved. Right. You saw like, I know it wasn't like he was in hiding or anything. And then the fact that Thrawn just let him just let Sabine, like, yeah, go get him. He might be dead. I don't know. And I wish there should have been a transition scene or a flashback of like, because the last time we see Thrawn and Ezra, Ezra had Thrawn in a chokehold with these purgles. Let me get this right here. On Ezra and Ezra and Thrawn. Yeah, right here. So the last time we've seen them, they were this close to each other, right here. Ezra had him in a chokehold or something, well, some purgle tentacles and stuff. Had him here, and he was holding the other door with stormtroopers on the side, on the other end, and all of a sudden, he light speed into space. And mind you, that glass is broken, so you're going through hyperspace and with a broken windshield. Right? So it's like I know, like, wait, how did you guys get separated? And yet it's the same Star Destroyer that got repaired. As you see, the Star Destroyer that Thrawn got returned into in this episode. You see that there's repairs on it. Look at the but I'm like, how the heck did Ezra get that far away from Thrawn? And that's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't know. They just felt weird to me, and I don't know if it was just me. I see Marcus in the back. But yeah, that made no sense to me. Like, wait, how did they separate? We saying like this was easily my favorite show Disney has released, even better than Mandalorian. Yes, I agree. I absolutely agree. But yeah, because this was by far the most I felt planned show. At least shout out to Dave Filoni, shout out to Jon Favreau. that are forming this show and everything like that. They have been nothing but consistent, not only through the animated properties and with the Mandalorian, but with this show, Ahsoka. If the next 2 episodes are at least equal to what we've gotten, or even consistent in terms of the episode 4 or 5, this is easily my favorite Disney Plus show. I'm watching my wife, and my wife is actually enjoying it. So that should show you something. Non-Star Wars fan actually enjoying this. So shout out to my wife. Shout out to Mika. Great. I know, right? Thrawn, like he was making all the moves before people came in to save him. Yeah, but that's usually how Thrawn is, though. He's like 2 steps ahead, though. But I'm gonna bring in Marcus in the building. Marcus, how you doing, man?
Yo. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. How you doing?
Yeah, bro. How are you? No, I mean, I like this episode. I thought it was pretty cool. It was interesting. I just think it was kind of funny how like certain things were in it. What's up, BJ? I just thought it was interesting how certain things were just like it felt kind of rushed. I think a little in some things, like they just wanted to throw it in there, but overall, I think people just want to get some answers, I guess, too, to see certain characters pop up finally. It took like 6 episodes, and then you guys just kept saying, hey, when's Thrawn coming? When's Ezra coming? They mentioned them. They realized, hey, this, that, this, there, and that. So, this show, I don't know how many. I think it's like 2 more episodes left, right?
Yeah, 2 more episodes.
So I don't really know at this point, because I know like the Night Sisters have been added into the universe from a while back, but to finally see them, I guess, like live screen adaptation, it's one of the lores that I guess people wanted to see touch up on, and they finally got it. And then you got like this edition of the Stormtroopers finally shown. So, I don't really know where it's gonna really go from here. Maybe you want to fill me in on this a little bit, but
yeah, I have no idea because I don't think that because we know that there's going to be a movie that Dave Filoni is going to be directing that's going to be basically ending the entire shows that are connected, like the Mandalorian, Ahsoka. We do got a show coming out called Skeleton Crew that's coming out as well. But again, all these shows are going to be ending in that movie. We don't know what that movie is and when it's coming out, but we do know that it's going to be being the conclusion of this type of this story arc that's going to be connecting Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew, and stuff like that. That's when we know that's confirmed. But I don't know where it's going. Maybe Ahsoka season 2, but I don't know.
Yeah, I remember you also touched up on like Deadpool 3. When it comes to that, maybe this might be one of those times where they can maybe hopefully add in maybe Mr. Sinister a little, maybe hint at him a little, because I know they haven't been able to before. I know what happened on any Marvel fans that know X-Men, especially Jedi knows Genosha and like the islands and stuff like that, Mutant Island and stuff like, hopefully, maybe who knows, because I know that you said that they're gonna be making like a little parody of the 20th Century Fox universe, and this is one of those team ups that people have been waiting to see for a long time, finally on a live action adaptation, because they've seen other animated movies and animated series where they come into contact with each other, or in video games or something like that. So Deadpool has been one of those characters that you'd like to see his team ups or his clashes and interactions with other characters throughout Marvel universe, Marvel lore. So just that. What's so funny?
Yeah, I know she keep acting like I'm gonna bring her up. No, my wife's in the back. Hey, how you doing?
Hey
Hey,
guys. So I just watched this episode. I've been watching the series. I'm not like a Star Wars fans or anything like that. It's all new to me and stuff, but it was really good. I don't know about this last episode. I was kind of like, was that it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess it just didn't do it for me. I think there were some moments like Jedi Mike expressed, like, when she met, what was the guy's name, babe?
Ezra.
When she met Ezra, like the little embrace was just kind of dry. It was like it was supposed to be like a big moment, but it didn't feel big at all. And so it just felt like that should have been more there. I don't know what's up with these witches and all of that stuff that's going on. It's getting real testy out here. So I'm excited to see what the next episode brings. I hope that it has, a lot more action like the what was it, episode 4, because we're on
Yeah.
5, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the best episode ever. Like, I didn't even know like all the backstory, and I was jumping off the couch and stuff. So yeah, I just came to add my little 2 cents. Anyways, I'm leaving. Bye.
I don't leave. You have someone ask you
Don't
a
leave
question.
that.
Oh Lord Jesus, y'all need to leave this PS5. It's like, do we build a studio out more and I invest in that? Or do I invest in a PS5 that I know will be somewhere in the closet like his PS4 is? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like what I'm dealing with right now. Like, if he was really a gamer, he would be gaming. You know what I'm saying, guys? But he don't game like that. So, like,
Emotional damage.
do I want to waste our money or waste the money like that?
She
Or
said,
should,
yeah.
like, I
She's
develop
keeping it
the
real,
studio?
Jedi.
Listen, develop the
What?
studio more. Get 3 cameras
Bro,
in
what are you
there. Get
talking
him a
about, man?
soundboard. Like, should we just elevate the look more, or should we
Yo,
get
she
the
called him out in
PS5?
4K and live. That's messed up, yo.
Like, let's talk about it. Let's come on. Let's talk. He said, respectfully drop her. Heck, no. But yeah. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, and what's up with the stormtroopers looking like Chronicles of Riddick, and then you got Ezra looking like Nativity Story, like he's like Noah or Moses going his last arc. What's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
He's giving me Bruce Almighty or Evan Almighty almost like that.
I don't know. I just like again. I thought it was just me. I mean, he got the green eyes and everything. It was like,
But I'm not looking at the eyes, Jedi. It's like the thing like Grey Pill said with like the Aquaman's like thigh gaps. Now you're looking at his eyes. What's wrong with you?
yeah. I don't know, um, but yeah, but I don't know. I just with the stormtroopers though, I think the fact is that they're dead. Because they're resurrected. Because the Night Sisters, they have the ability, because they did the same thing to um to well they will was it Maul wasn't dead though, but they basically brought magic to basically make him stronger again in the Clone Wars, right? And so the Night Sisters they've been heavily ingrained in terms of that lore, and especially with Asajj Ventress and all that stuff, but they got the ability to resurrect people. I got a picture here that represents them right here.
Even though he was lost, he found himself around the plate.
Yeah, like you see them. Yes, these are the Night Sisters from the Clone Wars when they were at their peak, and everything. But yeah. So again, I thought for them being in this live action element here, they look off the chain. Because they could make it look ridiculous, but look cool. But yeah, though I think that they're resurrected from Night Sister magic, and that's why. Because if you remember, I don't think there was a whole theory about this character called Merrick who got killed by Ahsoka in episode was episode 4, right? Let me put this picture up here. And if you guys recall, there was some green smoke that came out of him, and people were like, what the heck was that? Y'all see this? So yeah, I think that he was just like the stormtroopers are resurrected dead. He's probably a dead inquisitor, and he's probably resurrected by with dark sister magic. And I think the stormtroopers are as well. The fact that when you kill these stormtroopers, the green smoke's gonna come out of them, because they're not even alive; they're dead. But yeah, that's what I believe. Yeah. Listen, can anyone answer how Thrawn was stuck on that area with that city? So again, I think I still think there need to be some context and either a flashback because there's still some things that was missing that I did not like, but hopefully we get context later, especially with Ezra. Like, how did you guys separate? You like I showed you the picture, they were together, um and everything, but what's that? Shout out to BJ saying Ahsoka did the same to another. Yeah, she did exactly the same thing to an Inquisitor. She did the Obi-Wan Kenobi kill that she did with the Maul. Oh, right here. Let me get the kill and Inquisitor. Yeah, right here. Sorry. Right here. Yeah, you see it? Yeah, right here, y'all. This is one another Tales of Jedi is basically another Star Wars animated short that you can find on Disney Plus. And in season 1, Tales of Jedi? But yeah, she killed like one of these Inquisitors here with the same move with their own lightsaber. But yeah, she's been doing this before. But saying that spaceship was a breathtaking. Yeah, shout out to the visuals of the Ahsoka, man. Like this episode, the cinematography on this was off the chain. Definitely enjoyed the scenery of this episode. Again, you don't know, like this planet was called Peridia, which is like one of the home planets of the Night Sisters or the witches and stuff like that. So this place does have some mystical elements and stuff like that. But there's a destroyer. What's the episode?
And I'm still waiting to see Darth Bane and Darth Revan.
Well, if they ever do a Old Republic film, which is probably not gonna be anytime soon, then yeah, definitely. But but this shot right here, man, was off the chain. What's right here? Right here. Boom. Yeah, right here. Yeah, now like the scale that Star Destroyer, you can see there's repairs on it, on the side and stuff like that. But again, I need context. Like this thing was wrapped around a giant purgle, a space whale, and got shot into space and all broken up and everything. How did Ezra get separated? I just don't know, and both of them not dead. So yeah, that's my only my only criticism with that, but one of several. But Marcus asked you what, aside from this, is from previous Star Wars shows, like especially with the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, how have you been really like enjoying the show in terms as a whole?
I think it's just like the references to like the other time period, like from a while ago when they talk about the Purge and like the Clone Wars and like they mention other characters. You see the nostalgia, you see when Ahsoka's having her flashbacks when she was younger and like seeing the other types of armor of the stormtroopers with like Commander Rex reference. You just see Anakin, in her flashbacks when he was younger, when he was training her. And then you just that's one of the things like this Star Wars universe and Star Wars lore. When you see it, it brings you back to the other stories and the connections intertwining. So I think that's what's been interesting about this show, because like I said, people have been wanting to see her live action, and they're getting it right now in 4K, and especially in a time right now where streaming services are taking off more than I think some of the theaters are with their movies. So that's what I like about this show, from a holistic standpoint. Yeah, there are some things that maybe not be the best, but on other sites, on the other end, I'll see Anakin, I see Ahsoka, I see the late actor who's playing the former Jedi. What's his name again? I can't remember his name.
Baylan Skoll.
Yeah, Baylan Skoll. So I'm seeing him, And then I'm seeing like finally Ezra shows up and Thrawn finally show up, cleared from the Rebels arc. Which, like I said, in its entirety, I give this probably like show overall like maybe I don't know, about like a 6 out of 10 maybe overall as of now. So yeah, I've still got to wait to see the last 2 episodes. So I wonder what's going to happen. Then are we going to see other villains show up? Are we going to see other other characters, other people who are on the good side? Help out the rebellion maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what's Wally said, man, I need Deadpool Wolverine class moments with Blade being having a Marvel comic entry. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. Speaking of Blade, I don't know when we're ever getting that movie. That been announced by Marcus. Who's playing Blade?
Oh, Mahershala Ali. Him.
No, say it again.
No, man. Mahershala Ali. Marshala, whatever his name. The guy from Moonlight and the guy from Green Book, whatever damn name is, that's him.
Yeah.
Give him his respect. He's a good actor. I don't know why people listen. My enunciation of his name is to be forgotten. I'm pulling a Jedi mind trick right now. You will not remember this name announcement right now.
Yeah.
This is the way.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know what it's saying with Deadpool is basically be addressing a lot of things in that film, but until we get a trailer and more set photos, I think it's gonna get more context to the story. But we do know Elektra, Jennifer Garner is coming back. Mind you, the Elektra movies are not good at all. There's only one of them. But she was in Daredevil and then she had her own movie. And yeah, some people it's one of the worst superhero movies of all time. But aside from that, we got some other characters that are going to be returning, but we still don't know what's the actual story of this going to be. Now, in the comics, there's a whole thing about Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, where he's basically on his killing spree, killing everybody, right? Like some of your popular characters. And I think that they're probably going to do a joke on that, where basically Deadpool's going to kill the Fox Marvel Universe. And basically go out, maybe destroy that entire timeline in that universe, and then call it a day. I don't know, but yeah, what do you think, Marcus?
Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of like that. But I mean, I've heard some rumors, I've heard some statements from other platforms and other sites saying that the both Magnetos will be the villains, or at least one of them will be. Again, that's just a rumor or like a potential story plot. And then the other is maybe alternate versions of Deadpool maybe might be bad. I'm hoping to see that too. Maybe alternate variant versions of Deadpool.
Yeah, because they're saying that there's going to be multiple versions of Deadpool in this movie. Like some people think there's going to be a Deadpool core, like Green Lantern. So there's like you can have a lady Deadpool, a kid Deadpool, and all that stuff like that. But yeah, the storyline called Deadpool kills the X-Men universe, right? So yeah, so there could be it's gonna be a whole bunch of craziness. There's gonna be alternate versions of Wolverine. Where I heard there are rumors that they're gonna probably bring in Daniel Radcliffe in the movie, because I don't know why, but people want him to be Wolverine, and I don't see it at all. But yeah, what was it? Yeah, so yeah, because there's reports saying that he might be Wolverine, and I just don't see that like at all.
I also wonder too if maybe in the post credit scenes you'll see them going into the main MCU, like him and Logan. Like that would be interesting, or some of the people that they dealt with in this movie going into the main continuity, because we've already seen a variant of Patrick Stewart's Charles Xavier in the main universe or in another alternate of the main universe of a main universe.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, an alternate version of him. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I just hope that I just hope the movie is just good. That's all I just wanted to be. Then like the whole craziness of this timeline and all that stuff like that, we'll get to that. But because they have the opportunity to make a joke out of everybody. I'm all here for it. They can make a joke effect of Chris Evans, Johnny Storm is now Captain America, and or hey, or we had a black human torch and stuff like that, and the Fantastic Four,
You
all stuff
snipe
like
for the
that.
taxes. I got you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, what's going on, Wally?
Jedi would have do, my man.
Yeah, man. So,
What's
like,
up,
what are your thoughts on topics today?
I mean, look, Ahsoka. Now I need to catch up on Ahsoka for sure, because I know that's something I do need to catch up on. But look, man, that Deadpool and Wolverine, that is a must. That is a must, man. That is a must to be perfect. I've been waiting for this for a minute.
Yeah, no, because the WGA, the basic, because we're in East Coast time.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
some of you, Marcus is actually in California. So as we speak, they're probably writing the contract next door to him. So,
Nice.
yeah. So hopefully later on, a few hours or later on, definitely by tomorrow morning in the East Coast, we're gonna see what if this whole deal comes to an end and everything. Hopefully, because.
Yeah.
And people can start working, back working and doing what they love to do, making movies, and us, watching them, reviewing them, and all that stuff. So
right.
Paying
Also
for them.
too. Yeah. Also too. Yeah, I'm also very interested to see what Loki does because, of course, as we saw it, when the Quantum Medium, he found one of Kong's variants, and as you know, that's going to be one of the parting, that's going to be one of the more parts that's going to be more important to the further of his storyline. Of course, since technically, Jonathan Major is also still playing him for the next upcoming part of the movie as well, later down the line. So that's going to be interesting.
yeah, and we know for a fact that Jonathan Majors will be back for at least 2 or 3 episodes of the season because there's 6 in total. But what was the scene here? I think it was the Victor Timely one. But yeah, he's still playing a Kang variant, probably the person that created the TVA, and stuff like that. So only time will tell. But we still got this trial that's going on, and let me put it right here.
Right.
There we go. Yeah, you see this. This is the end credit scene in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I didn't enjoy that film at all. This is Loki, and you see Jonathan Majors as Victor Timely as a Kang variant in this, and this was the end credit scene. So, but yeah. So we have less episodes. No. So Loki has always been 6 episodes. Am I not mistaken? Yeah. 6 episodes.
Really?
Yeah, it's been 6
What,
episodes.
6 episodes of 30 minutes or 6 episodes of an hour?
45 minutes.
Okay. So fillers. So yeah, they make it to an hour, but fillers, Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, but again, to me, Loki was my favorite Disney Plus show from Marvel. Aside from WandaVision, I did like parts of Falcon, Winter Soldier. I mean, and stuff like that. But Moon Knight, some parts of Moon Knight was cool. But
yeah, definitely. Moon Knight was definitely interesting.
But yeah,
I can't wait.
There's a lot more talking and a lot less fighting.
Well, what talking about for what?
I think in general, there's a lot more politics involved in these shows. A lot more of the politics, a lot more of the sitting down talking, a lot more of the seriousness of the movement of more lines, but less more of the physical interaction. Pause, right? Of like fighting.
Well, you're building up the story, so.
Yeah, I think to his point, like Secret Invasion, was very, very slow.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things where you might have some good action scenes and stuff like that in moments, but again, the pacing and really the attention span of folks in these Disney Plus shows have been going down the window. So, how are you going to captivate the audience again now with Loki season 2? To my knowledge, I think aside from What If, this is the only season 2 right now we got confirmed.
I think, but also I think with Secret Invasion is because I guess they were basing it off Nick Fury, who's a spy slash into like espionage, you know. So I guess maybe that's where they thought, hey, since we're basing it off Nick Fury and not about a balance of all the other characters and heroes were in the comics and the cartoons or animated series. There was that, I think, in itself why it was slow paced more. But well, I guess Jedi's blown away by something. But you know,
I just got a picture.
congratulations. You want to share with us or no? Private.
No, in the back chat.
Okay. So now we're getting somewhere. The plot thickens.
Wait. Is this someone that's supposed to that should be in the chat, but at the end of the day, they're behind the scenes, just watching the show in the clouds, or this is something else?
Yeah. No. There's something else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Great Pill. I think you should eventually, get in here or get in the back chat, whatever.
But Great Pill, just get in here. That's a signal. That's an ultimate sign.
But yeah, man. Give me 1 sec.
But I want to ask this question, right? Because looking at since we already know the confirmed and everything, and of course we already know that Kang the Conqueror is coming back into the fold eventually down the line. One thing that was so interesting that I look back at when it comes to the Quantumanium movie is because he got warped into that vortex where he eventually it seemed that he may be trapped. I only can imagine how he's gonna get out or how they're gonna picture how he's gonna get out, because that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Are you talking about Loki, right?
No, I'm talking about Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, but you're talking about when he's in the series or as a whole in the MCU?
No, I'm saying like once his movie comes around, I can only imagine how he's gonna get out and then be a part of the what's the storyline of him getting out of that vortex that he got sucked into when he was in the movie?
I don't even know. At this point, I don't even know if that version of him will even be relevant. Like, because all the other ones who were called out into the Coliseum, and it was like the three main like leaders of the group of all the other kings. You have like the Immortus or the Immortal one, and then you got like the Egyptian one, the Ramatut or whatever his name is. And then you have the Iron Man version one, which is like the Jedi. I can't remember like what the Iron. He's like the Iron Man version of Kang.
So there's several versions of Kang the Conqueror. There's hold on, saying Kang. Let's see. Where's Council? Council of Kang. There's one that basically where he based his entire costume off of Doctor Doom.
Right.
He's known as what's it called I forgot his name. I forgot the name.
Because there's Immortus, then there's Ramatut, and there's
his name. So in the comics, his name as the Scarlet. I forgot his name.
Centurion.
Centurion. Yes. So Ramatut. I have a picture. I haven't been sharing my screen. Screw it. Yeah. So on the left here, you see Ramatut, who's a Fantastic Four villain. Then you see here, who is I think he represents Immortus. Yeah, he's like immortal, whatever. But yeah, he and then you got the one on the right who's Scarlet Centurion. But I think because of the fact they call him, they already have Scarlet Witch, they just call him the Centurion, I guess. But yeah, I think that to me, my idea is that you make the Ramatut version the villain for the next Fantastic Four movie. But the whole point of it, they brought him. They took the Fantastic Four in the time in the 60s, whatever. And they fought Ramatut like in the ancient Egypt days, whatever, and then brought them back into the future and stuff. So I don't know, they could do that. That'd be cool. But and even though Kang is a variant of Reed Richards, so I don't know. But we still have not now. We got parts of the Fantastic Four casting. That's I think we had some confirmation that we do know how Invisible Woman is, and it's a girl from Mission Impossible. But they were just about to say who their Johnny Storm was, which was the guy from Stranger Things that got killed. The was it the
Oh, you're talking about Dacre Montgomery?
yeah.
Oh,
But
wait,
then
you're
we
talking about the other one, or you're talking about season 4? You're talking about Eddie?
yeah, the dude that died. The who's
Spoiler: a lot of men die in Stranger Things. Jedi.
you know what I mean? Like yeah, the
Eddie, the most recent one. Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. Where yeah. Yeah, right here. Boom.
Yeah, that's the guy who played as Eddie.
Right here. Right there. So you see here. So yeah. So we know we got the Fantastic Four casting, at least of this woman right here. I forgot the actress's name. But then this is going to play Johnny Storm. So yeah, these were the two. But we had heard some rumors of who was going to be Reed Richards, but then turned down the role. Adam Driver, some other people we don't know, stuff like that. But only time will tell. But after this strike, hopefully we get the ball rolling with that though. But I am going to be doing a stream talking about Marvel in terms of superhero fatigue and everything. But before I do that, shout out to Phantomology in the building. Shout out to Phantomology. Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to Phantomology on YouTube. He just hits 500 subscribers. I think he's at 501 right now. Make sure you guys give him a like and then also follow too. And if any moderators, you can put his link in channel link in the chat. We appreciate it. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing the stream. Thank you, sweetheart. That's my wife. Thank you. By the way, another Virginian man in here, and also man of God. Appreciate it. But I'm gonna be ending the show actually a little bit earlier than usual, though. But I just want to kind of give your final thoughts on just some topics today and everything like that. So I'll just start with Wally and off with Marcus. So
I didn't need the front scene like that, but okay, yeah.
No,
nonetheless, yeah,
yeah.
Nonetheless, great show as always, Jedi. For everyone out there, I hope you guys come back to the show and help out Jedi with these watch hours. You know what I'm saying? The boy's already at 600 plus, so just help him out with the watch hours so he can get that that first stage of monetization. And much love to the channel as always. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing.
Yeah, thank you, Wally. Thank you for your support of the channel and everything. Definitely don't take it for granted. And shout out to the Marcus and Mandalore. Marcus, what are your final thoughts, man?
Yeah, first of all, this is the way. And also, like I said, appreciate Wally and Jedi for having this stream and his channel and his content that he does on the entertainment, movie reviews, show, series, etc., games. Hopefully the strike ends too soon, and hopefully the writers get their due diligence and get their cut of the deal, cut of the pie, cut of the shares and profits, as the actors and actresses do, and the directors and everybody else does in the productions do. So I think, hopefully that ends well, so we can get things like Stranger Things on the roll. We can get Mandalorian on the roll, shows like The Last of Us, etc., and the other series as well. Also, Ahsoka. It's a good show, not a great show, but it's solid for what it is, I guess, at the moment. And then, like I said, hopefully we see other characters that we haven't seen yet that we've seen in games or other animated series or comics. Hopefully they come up too. And then Deadpool 3, I hope it's going to be as good as the previous ones, because I think both the Deadpool movies were great in themselves. It's been a few years since we've had like the second one to the third one in between. And Logan, glad I'm seeing Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine, because the way that his character ended his arc was, great way. It's a great send off. Bittersweet because he was one of those characters that played him in every movie. There were no change ups or nothing. He was just born to play that role. So, Ryan Reynolds too, and hopefully, they do great. And hopefully now for any other projects, the game for Spider-Man is going to come out soon. That'll be solid in itself. And then, upward and onward. Hit the link, like, share, subscribe to Jedi Mike 7 and to Wally for the Weekly Drop Media. Hopefully, we'll be starting content soon on there as well. And that's it. Have a good night.
All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. That's Marcus, Mandalore, and Wally. Shout out to Mike Entertainment, another content creator. Make sure you guys subscribe to Mike Entertainment on YouTube. I had him here about a couple weeks ago. I'll probably be talking to you soon, man, about some stuff. But yeah, another content creator. Make sure you guys check him out as well. And and also the other content creators showed up on here, Great Pill Podcast, other folks like that. Thank you guys, Gore, 100 Watts, man. I haven't seen you in a minute, man. I hope you're doing, man. Another 757 brother there from my hometown. Shout out to BJ. Thank you, swear. Thank you guys for stopping by. But yeah, guys, just also give you a heads up though. So again, my current schedule that I'm gonna be having in terms of live streams, so trying to be more consistent, is that we have 2 live streams, every week, one on Monday nights and then one on Saturday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Now we got 2 more episodes of Ahsoka that's coming up, and we also got Loki that's going to be starting. That's going to be coming out about a couple weeks as well, around the October 5th. But here's also another thing. There's another show that's dropping up next week that nobody has no idea is coming out. That's actually going to be the Boys spinoff show, Gen V. Gen V is coming out. The first 3 episodes of the Boys spinoff, Gen V, is coming out next Friday. I will be doing a review on that and covering that as well. And I'm doing episode by episode. So make sure you guys hit the notification bell on the Boys. The Boys is back, not season 4, but Gen V, the spinoff show. So make sure you guys hit the notification bell on your way out, and I'll make sure you guys be dropping off for some content coming out throughout the next week. So interviews I've had. So make sure you guys don't miss out on the video. And till next time, this is Joe Mike 7. Peace. God bless you. May the force be with you always.
Is there anything you want the fans to know, or any last thing you want to say to them before we get to see this series tonight?
This is where the fun begins.
Hold on. Okay.